Hey, you crazy cats, welcome to Leaving Crazy Town, where we navigate the roller coaster of relationships, mental health, and personal transformation with humor as our trusty seatbelt.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and with my buddy Finn, we're here to share our real stories, expert insights, practical tips to help you break free from codependency, reclaim your life, and find freedom.
So whether you're wrestling with boundary issues, craving connections that won't ghost you, or just here for a front row seat to the wild ride of self-discovery, you've come to the right place.
So buckle up, we're leaving Crazy Town.
Hey, welcome to Leaving Crazy Town with Finn and Sarah. What are we going to do today, Sarah?
Listen, this is a very awesome day today because we have a guest from Michigan.
Yeah,
all
we're
the way
recording
from
on
Michigan.
Cape Cod, and we're better off with Fedorov
His
tour
name
today.
is Mark Fedorov, and our saying is we're better off with Fedorov. And
He has no idea what's about to happen, people.
yeah, that's the thing. We're going to be asking some very deep and dark and personal and intense questions.
Intense.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see if he pleads the fifth or if he is able to go with us. So we just explained that the channel is about relationships, and he already kind of squawked at
He
that.
went, oh, crap. All right, but Sarah, I think the therapist should ask the first question. Dig deep, baby. Dig deep.
All right, so since our channel is about relationships and really codependency in relationships, which means we put other people before us, we don't kind of take care of ourselves. You can see how he's listening. What would you name as some of the struggles you've had in relationships? Whatever relationship you would like to. We don't even know if you've been married or. Have you been
Women.
married?
Oh, yeah, women.
Women.
Women. Frickin' women.
All of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the patterns?
You talk along.
Is that too much?
No, that's good.
What are the
TMI?
patterns?
The patterns are this.
Okay.
I know what they want. I become that kind of person, and then they like me. And once they like me, then I want to know everything they do, everywhere they go, everyone they talk to.
Oh my God!
And then they stop liking me, and before long, they dump me.
Oh,
This sounds exactly like a fear.
Mark has
He is like
described the
stereotypes.
best.
The best,
Becoming what they want.
which is
Then-
the definition of
Oh,
codependency.
I know. And then they like you. And then they're
You
obviously
freak out.
yours, and they think they can have a life without you, going to visit friends and people, and how come they're not reporting in? God damn it.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
know.
I hate to say
Well, you
it.
said that better than me.
Well,
I
I've got
hate
experience
to say
with that
this,
whole
but
thing.
in the biz, we call that a controlling partner.
Oh, no. It can't be me.
I'm gonna give Mark some secrets as to how to be controlling, but not let them know.
Thank you. I'll write 'em down.
Control for our audience, and you guys know this, control in relationships is this couldn't be more perfect. It's one of the quintessential components of being codependent, and it's out of what?
Fear.
You said fear.
Well,
She
yeah.
said fear. She's coaching me. She always thinks I have man moments.
All right, so we're
I
going to do
honestly-
a deep dive on the fears.
Honestly, do you fluctuate between give me space? Wait, where are you?
No.
No.
He just wants the fears up.
I'm afraid they're going to leave me after so many of those.
Yeah.
It's just like I have a fear, I guess, of a bad.
Oh, boy. Another very ripe topic in the codependency world. So we're going to ask you a few questions.
But wait a minute.
All right, go ahead.
My high school sweetheart dumped me for the quarterback.
Stop.
Right
What?
when I thought everything was going good.
That's so cliche.
So cliche and so dark.
And she wouldn't give me back my varsity jacket.
Oh,
Or the ring I got her. I got her a star sapphire ring.
sounds like you might have been going over the top on the
I
fear
was
of
way
not being
up.
loved.
And her dad hated me. He could see right through my stuff.
Let's address the first piece, which is
Being who they want you to be.
yes.
Okay, let's go back
Yes,
to that.
we're gonna go back to that.
Go ahead.
So when you believe you have to be someone that you're not, it's out of a fear of not being loved, not being liked, rejected, abandonment, all kinds of things.
I'm not sure that's true in my case.
All right, what fear would you say was operating?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no,
turn.
this
No,
is
we're
all
waiting.
you, buddy.
When I was little, we moved a lot. because of my dad's job.
Ah.
And I learned how to make friends, see?
Right.
And I knew how to get them to like me,
Yeah.
see? And then before we could even be friends for a long period of time, we moved again, and I had to do it again.
Yes.
Oh.
So, and again, and then again, see? And I got good at it. But once somebody knew me long enough,
Yeah.
and they could see through that phony stuff, and they could see the real me, and they didn't like me. Real or imagined, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the question is, though, what were you afraid of letting people see?
I didn't think I was good enough.
Okay.
I thought I had to be something better
All right. So
than I
fear
was.
of not being good enough.
And
Okay, there's
were
one.
you-
There's the fear. Fear of not being good enough.
Well,
Also, I would imagine, I don't know, because my experience with Margaret, she went through the same thing, moved a lot, military
Yes,
dad.
that's right.
So she talked about that and how you had to get them hooked immediately to be a friend. She didn't know how long you were going to be there, so you got to get them in quick.
Right.
that's
And if you know the dance to get them in quick,
Yeah.
then you've got the friend or the
I
girlfriend.
mean, I'm
or
not the
boyfriend.
only one that had that happen.
It's
No,
a very
well, you
common
are a
thing.
special snowflake, but I
Okay,
have
thank
heard
you.
this story before.
It is a
I
Fedorov.
like that.
All right. So the
It's
fear
a
of not
Fedorov
being good enough.
fancy.
And I always want to go to the deep.
Go ahead, get
All
me.
right, so this is the question we will ask you, what we
Mm.
do in the codependency healing world. If you have the fear of not being good enough, which is what a lot of us have, okay?
I got it. Raise your hand if you got the fear of not being good enough.
I don't see anybody raising.
This is the question.
We're all raising.
When did you first experience it? What happened? Earliest memory of not feeling good enough.
Well, you already heard yes, but they didn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was about 4, and I hung out with the older guys in the neighborhood. They were like 6 or 7. And when the ice cream man come by, playing the music or
yeah.
jingling the bells, we all went home, got money, and went to the ice cream man. We didn't wait for him to come to us.
Okay,
And they were all older, so they got there faster, and I was the last one coming in.
okay.
And when it got to be my turn to order, they were standing there eating their ice creams, and I got chocolate. And I hated chocolate.
Oh, you guys have
You
heard.
can relate to
You've
this.
heard my Jim Dandy story.
And
4
then
scoops of nasty chocolate.
I went home with chocolate ice cream melting all over
Oh.
my arm. And coming up the driveway, I spent my mom's money, and I felt bad, and she gave me money, and I don't eat. And she said, "What's the matter? Why are you crying?" And I said, "I got chocolate because I couldn't say vanilla in front of the guy."
Oh!
Yeah.
That was my earliest memory, okay?
All right, so that's critical, folks, because the thing with these beliefs are, and I appreciate you sharing that, is that that's 4 years old. So 4 years old, think about this. We internalize a belief, the fear of not being good enough, and then it gets played out in all of our relationships, our friendships, our romantic relationships. And if we have the fear of not being good enough, what's the behavior out of that? I got to control how people think about me. So I have to do all these behaviors
Order the
to keep
goddamn
that.
chocolate ice cream that we hate.
God.
Ugh.
All right,
You
what
like
do you...
I
But I
did,
could
I
say
did
it.
the same thing. Yeah. You
But-
could say it, but you didn't like it. Yeah.
Wouldn't say
I know,
no.
and we all know kids are brutal.
Kids
Right?
are brutal.
You say Wanella, they'd be teasing the
Oh,
crap.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Right.
Yeah, that really gets to me.
Exactly.
Come on, Ed. Go
Well,
ahead.
the
Cut
thing
that
is,
out.
though, the fears, the reason it's so important is because they operate forever. So if you think about it, that fear of not being good enough, would you say that that played out in your other relationships?
Oh, if I look back honestly, yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it.
Exactly.
You know.
Can you relate to this, Bud?
Oh, yeah. I'm just now. You know, you guys have been sober since, like, the second coming of Christ.
The
I mean,
1800s.
Or wait, the first coming. At the 1800s. I mean, I'm like, newly sober, and I'm just starting to realize, like, when things get kicked up, I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, I start thinking about the past. I'm like, oh, this isn't a current fear. It's the past. And
Right.
it starts playing out, and I know if my response to situations is elevated or heightened compared to what's actually going on.
Right.
You know, I'm walking into a room meeting new people that I'm never going to see again, and I'm all anxious.
Right.
I know it's not about these
It's not about these people.
It's that
Right.
fear of, and what are they going to think of me? Whatever. Who cares what they think of me? I might not even be talking to me. I might
Yeah.
never see them again, but it sure kicks up.
Sure
Well,
it does.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing about the codependency.
Does it kick up
piece.
on you too?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you recognize the fears and your behavior out of the fears, and you know that what other people are, and that's the other definition of codependency. What other people are thinking, doing, or saying has nothing to do with me. And so I think when you get to that point where you realize that, you can bring it back to you and feel okay.
Doesn't mean it doesn't occur.
Doesn't
Like
mean
we've
it
all
doesn't
had
occur.
that happen
Absolutely.
today, you know?
So you're going to give
Absolutely.
me a solution to my problem now, right?
Well, what do you think, Bud?
Well,
What do you think is helpful?
we were going to ask you what helped.
Oh, shit.
What helps with the fear?
Prayer.
Well,
Did you hear that?
Prayer.
Prayer.
Hallowed be thy name.
If I can quiet this
Yes.
long enough, I have a chance to have a normal day, kind of a normal
Yeah.
day. But if I stay in this and don't get that quiet time,
What?
I've noticed that it's not so good.
What?
Not as good, let's put it as.
When I walk
Never.
when I walk into the room full of fear and I didn't pray, yes. Because I act in a way that I'm less than,
Right.
I should be abandoned, I
Right.
should be rejected, there's something wrong with me. And I find people respond to me as if there is something wrong with me.
Right.
When I ask for help and I walk into a room confident and knowing God's got my back, I end up having an amazing experience. I really think it's kind of like if you're feeling like you're not a part of, so you stand outside the circle. But if you just enter the circle you're a part of, it just happens that way. I had a friend once tell me that he asked his higher power for help even when he's trying to decide what shirt to put on. And that reminds him
Don.
To
that
do it at other
every
times.
little thing
Right.
you can do it for. Anytime I start to feel anxious, I don't always remember to
Practice.
do it. I
Right.
don't always remember, but I try to because I know the outcome. It's amazing.
Right.
Thanks for reminding me of that.
But trust and rely.
Yeah.
So the tool this week, and we're going to do another episode with Mark, I think, on grief, because he just brought that up, is prayer. Prayer, you know, the whole idea of healing from addiction and codependency is trying to get out of ourselves and get out of our heads. Like Mark was just saying, this is a danger zone, being in our heads. And our thoughts are a lot of times going to come from fear and just be old training. Right, Bud?
Yeah, and
Just
you know
old
what?
training thoughts.
Don't get caught up on the word prayer because I have to tell you,
Yes.
for years I still sometimes I bristle. You know,
Yes.
I hate that word bristle,
Yes.
but I hated prayer. I hated bristle. So because I'm like, God, there's no God in the sky for me, you know, whatever. But as I developed a higher power, what I learned is all I have to do is get outside my head by asking for help. Like,
Yes.
oh, you've got this to my higher power. And those of you
God,
who don't
that's-
know, I talked to Spoon for years. So it
Right.
doesn't matter what your belief
What you
is.
believe. Yeah.
Self-reliance is when you're just like, I've got this, I've got
Trying to
this, and
figure
you're
it
like, I
out.
don't got this. So then you're a crazy person. You just say, you know what? I need some help, universe.
Yes.
And walk in, you're going to be in better shape. And we're not only going to go over grief with Mark here, we're also going to talk about that controlling nature he
Yeah, the
mentioned in the
control
beginning
thing
of
is
this
another
meeting.
thing. So the tools of this week, pray, and like we always say, when you're having some thoughts,
Pause.
just notice.
Pause, notice,
Pause, notice,
do nothing.
and do nothing.
Our specialty for this show.
So just pray and ask for help, because we can be so self-reliant. We're leaving crazy
And if you don't
town.
want to pray, just talk to the universe.
Fasten your seatbelts.
We're out of here.
Thanks for listening to Leaving Crazy Town. We hope today's episode offered you valuable insights and tools to help navigate your relationships. If you found our discussion helpful, please rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. And share it with a friend. Misery loves company, right? Stay connected with us on social media and visit our website for additional resources and updates on future episodes. Until next time, remember that breaking free from codependency is a journey, and we're here to help you every step of the way. And hey, if all else fails, at least you'll have a few laughs. So buckle up, we're leaving Crazy Town.